Now I feel like I can be casual. I'm with my people. I'm not. Before we're like, okay, take my bra off.
Welcome.
Just kidding. I'm not wearing a bra. All right. So there she is. Was waiting for Steph. Okay. Hi, everybody. Long time no see. Um, Thanks for jumping on tonight. This call topic kind of came from the retreat when we were at the retreat. When Sydney from corporate came to chat with us, we were talking about kind of how Facebook has kind of retaken over social media, and a lot of coaches that are having success are having a lot of success through Facebook more so than Instagram, because Instagram has become like this beast of a thing that no one can nail down how the algorithm works, or how we beat the man and like get views up and engage with people. So we started talking about going back to Facebook and things we used to do on Facebook, which was running free groups. I know some of the coaches on our team still run their challenge groups through Facebook as well, and that's great. So we had some people ask, well, like, what is a free group? Because we realized we used to do a bunch of these way back in the day, but now we have this new cohort of coaches that had never learned what a free group is and how it can leverage our business. So we thought it'd be a great idea to do a call on that topic. So that's our topic tonight. But first, I just want to congratulate again all the ladies that were at the retreat with us in Mesa. Gosh, was that last weekend? Last weekend? I don't know. I don't know what day it is. But it was a blast, and it was so great to get to be there with everyone and pour into them and just have that connection. What the heck's happening with my screen? Come on. Hold on. So what I wanted to do tonight, and Michelle had thought this would be a great idea, and I totally agree, is having a few of the ladies that were there at the retreat share their key takeaway. So I'm going to start with Stacy. She's in the hot seat. I know. I didn't tell you you're going first. You're going first.
The lottery.
This is nothing compared. She was on TV this morning, so this is nothing. But take it away.
I feel just as nervous. First, I just want to say thank you, Michelle, McKenna, Kinsey. These three women are just incredible leaders, and they're all different leaders. And I know we all come from different teams, but these three women are just powerhouses. So I just want to say thank you for all that you do to pour into us, every day. But also the retreat is it's really something special. And if you have never been to a retreat, like, I'm never missing a retreat again. It is just it. I told I'm gonna say this. We went to Fiji earlier this year, and like, I came home more energized, more like my heart and my soul and my cup just more full from this retreat. Like, it is just such an experience that you don't want to miss. Number one, just being together with all the girls, but for me, I'd say like the really important business takeaways were learning tips and tricks that I think it can feel really lonely when you're behind your phone, all day, every day. Does anybody care? Is anybody listening? And it's like, oh, Michelle's doing this, Anna's doing this. Oh, I learned this. Like, really simple things to like really, really important big things. I think that we're all just navigating individually. And so I think there's really power in being together in person. And I know we all are really supportive in the virtual space, but just being in person and being together is just really powerful. And then I think the power of forming new friendships and new relationships is also really important. I had never met Victoria in person. I had barely had time with Karen at our last summit, and Lila, and just the ability to connect with people that it's so fun to like see people that are as they are on social media, but also in real person, but just to get to know them a little bit better. And then we can support each other, I think, in a more unified and holistic way as a team. And that really helps when I think times get hard in our business. It's not always, it's not always glamorous. It is a lot of work in the back office and in the back behind the scenes is what I want to say. And it doesn't always feel that great. So knowing that you are connected to a bigger community, I think for me is just such an important part of these retreats. So
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Thank
I
you,
love it.
girls.
I love it. All right. Thank you, Stace. Couldn't agree more. Karen is going to share next. And I love Stephanie is going to share after Karen, but this was Karen's first retreat. So I think it's important. I really wanted Karen to kind of talk to, you know, us about it with it being her first time. So go ahead, Karen.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so it's kind of funny because some of my takeaways were exactly the same as Stacy's. So you guys must have nailed it, right? So, but I would say, I have actually been in the fitness business for over 30 years. I worked for a company as an aerobics instructor, did all the different formats, kind of got a review of that doing a cycle class because I used to teach cycles. So that was kind of fun. But never ever were we ever treated the way that I was treated this weekend or 2 weekends ago or whatever, at the retreat. And that makes such a big difference. And I don't think I know it's Kinsey and Michelle and oh, who else was in on that? McKenna. And you guys are amazing. But I also think that it's the company. Like it starts from the top and trickles down, right? And even when you hear Carl talk and stuff, you get the feeling that that they care more about the people than I ever had at the last company that I worked for. So that was really cool. And it was really cool just to be spoiled. The older you get, the less spoiled you get. So that was really fun. And the same as Stacy was talking about, just the developing of relationships. And I always think that in this day and age, it can be very isolating as you know, a young single person, as a mom with young children, and especially if you stay at home and you don't work outside the home, and you can feel very, very isolated. And so to be able to come together and really just get to know each other, but also just to have a bunch of fun together, I think that was like super, super important. And of course, then we got to hear about crazy jobs that people have. And just fun stuff, you know, like just bonding, which I think is super. And I would piggyback on what Stacy says, is that I think moving forward, you know, I was super excited too getting home. I was really tired on Monday though. I was super excited getting home to be able to, like, I'm just excited about, you know, getting more women involved and helping more women. And and I think that really helps to see each other in person, because that's kind of how I felt when I came back from Summit last year, although I would say this was even more so because it's a smaller group, you know, you have a little bit tighter. So I'm kind of with Stacy that I don't want to miss any more if at all possible, because it was definitely well worth it.
Thank you, Karen. And I'm going to plan on spoiling you as much as I possibly can. And yes, we have zero fun. That's what we were exhausted from, was all the fun. All right, Steph, take it away.
I'd say retreats, love it or hate it. Love it. We had so much fun playing that game. And that's just one small little thing that, because we were together, we now have this silly little game that is going to continue to be a part of just the things that the way that we communicate. And that piggybacks on what Stacy and Karen said, that it's like a homecoming, getting to be with women that you've known. I've known Karen almost as long as I've been coaching. I've seen her twice, but we're best friends because we know each other, that seeing each other made the difference. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about all that because you guys really covered that well. The thing about retreats that is so cool is that there's always somebody special that shows up. And this year we had 2 really cool people that came to the retreat, and that's what I want to quickly touch on. The first one was Sydney. Is it Moore? How do you say it?
Technically, it's French now, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Sydney French. So she's a mentor to 6-star to 15 star,
5 to
something like
14,
that?
5 to 14 star diamonds. Yep.
5 to 14. Okay, so see, I'm sorry, I just came in from out of town. I didn't like get all those details. So I apologize for being kind of flighty on the details, but Sydney spoke to us from a corporate perspective. It's always very insightful to hear from somebody that is a part of what's happening behind the scenes. And so she had some great information for us. And those opportunities that you get at a retreat to hear from somebody like Sydney is super special. But I want to tell, can I say what she said, or were you sharing that later, Kinsey?
Say whatever you want.
Do you know what I'm talking about with the picture?
Uh,
Okay, good, because I want to share this.
Yeah.
So she had us brainstorm, share why we're doing this. Is that okay if I say
Yes.
it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Say why we want to be coaches, why we're doing this, why we're body partners. And then we kind of just popcorn, all of us had the opportunity to share. Then we popcorned out all the things that are making it hard to show up, like, social media, busy, don't understand the new changes, all these things. We just kind of all popcorned them out. And then she had us pull out a picture on our phone of what that represented that why we talked about. We all did that. We all had a picture in front of us. And she said, I want you to look at that picture and tell them you're not important enough to push past all of these hard things. And of course, none of us felt that way, because the why that we do this, not just make a few extra bucks or whatever, but the real heart of why we show up and push through hard, what a difference it makes for us or the people that we impact. We couldn't look at that person or that image and say, you're not important enough to push past the why or the hard stuff. And for me, and I know every single person in that room, that was so impactful. It connected us back to why we were there in the first place. I have chills just thinking about it. So I want to encourage you, not just to make sure you're there so that you can hear the next huge nugget of truth that you need to land, the truth bomb that you need to land in your life from somebody that's, at a corporate level, but also look at your why and the picture on your phone that represents that and tell them. Would you tell them you're not worth it? No. So when you have the hard, lean into this team, as we all committed that day, to push past it, because it is worth it. The second thing was so freaking cool, because they had a second special guest. Like, this was my favorite retreat ever, you guys. I've said that I really, really mean it. And not just because of all of this extra special stuff, it was just so perfect, but this made it for me. Ice cream on the cake, not just icing, the whole shebang. They had a TV with a covering on the TV, and they pulled it down to show us who the special guest was that had zoomed in, and it was Lacey Green. So total freak out moment. So exciting to meet Lacey Green. Lacey had a lot of really great things to share with us, and I'm certain that you can get access to that meeting. But she told us, keep your head up, because you never know what's coming. She had tried out for a cast position with one of Amwala's workout programs, and she didn't get a call back. And then they called her back for another opportunity, and she almost passed it, because she said, that first thing made me feel a certain kind of way, and I just don't want to feel that way again. But she didn't. She said, I'm going to keep my head up, and I'm just going to see what is available for me. And she went, and she ended up being on #MBF. She was on the crew, the Zoom crew for that workout, and then MBFA. And then, of course, it all led down the path for her being the next body super trainer. That wouldn't have happened had she decided, nope, I'm not gonna take the next hard step to see what might be available for me. And so her encouragement to us is always keep your head up, because you never know what's coming. So I talked longer than I probably should have, but I just want my takeaway from the retreat is everything the other gals said. So cool to be relaxed and home, and so just soak in all of the opportunities and the spoiling and the fun. but what you learn, the takeaways from the guest speakers that come are just this year, like hit me right here, and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you're at the next one.
Thank you, Steph. You got my melties going all over again after Sydney's. It was powerful. That was one of my biggest takeaways too. So very powerful. All right. Thank you, girls, again for sharing. That was really took me back to right there with you guys. So thank you again. Okay, let's dive into our content. I'm going to throw it over to Michelle, and she's going to kind of go over what is a free group and why do we do them.
Perfect. Thanks, Kinsey. So yeah, so what is a free group? So if you haven't ever run a free group before, I say this is a huge way to serve a population of your people that you have not reached yet. So the reason we really do free groups, because it kind of can help serve, like I said, serve the audience and provide value for people in ways that can promote overall health and wellness, whether it's focused on fitness or nutrition or mindset or whatever that will be. I'll get into examples in a minute, but you're serving an audience of people without having them to buy in yet. So it really just gives people kind of just a sneak peek into what we do as body partners and coaches and how our groups can help them to achieve their goals, whatever they are. It also helps to generate sales by converting. We'll kind of share about how we convert our free group members into paid body members at the end of our group, and how we then transfer them into our body groups, our body accountability groups. So reasons why you host a free group: really helps people get engaged. It provides value, helps them build a healthy routine or lifestyle, helps them to kickstart a healthy habit, and hopes that what they do in this group is they fall in love with the community, with the workouts, with whatever that you're sharing, that they have to have more, which leads them into our body groups. So our free groups can literally be anything that fits your lifestyle. So generally, you never want your group to be longer than 5 to 7 days because people will burn out. Keeping them short, keeping them concise, keeping them simple is key, but it can range from a variety of different topics. You could do an ab challenge or a back to basics challenge, which focuses on, very simple workouts, nutrition, that just helps people get their routine dialed in. It could be a clean eating challenge where people just cut out sugar or cut out processed foods for a week. It could be a water challenge where your goal is just to get some type of movement in and then focusing on a water goal. It could be a mindset and personal development challenge where you're going to try to listen to a 20-minute podcast every day, or to do one of our, Beachbody or body meditations. It could be anything. A reading challenge like a book club, or just something that gets people involved. You could even have a dog walking club, all your friends who have dogs, and you could commit to walking your dog 5 days a week. If you run that group, let me know, because I need to walk my dog. I'm not very good at walking my dog, but literally it doesn't matter what it is. It connects to it. I realize I need to run a Colleen Hoover reading book group. Like I talk to so many freaking people now who are reading those books. Like that's a whole nother market of people. Hold me to that. I need to do that. But literally, like I'm saying, the possibilities are endless. And it's just really great when you are passionate about something and then can share that with people and adding value, and then they see this other side of you as well.
Yes, the sky's the limit on the topic. It just has to be something that you're invested in and your audience is invested in. So I want to talk about strategies for utilizing free groups to generate paying customers. Michelle kind of mentioned this before, but there's just kind of 3 main things I want to talk about: promotion, engagement, and then the follow-up. So the first thing, you have to promote these groups. So I'm going to use we're promoting an ab challenge. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this call, but I'm going to reference that a bunch to give you examples. So for instance, a 5-day free ab challenge is going to be my topic here. So the first thing you're going to do is send out personal invites just as you would a challenge group. You're going to go down your friends list. You're going to ask your friends at work. You're going to go in your friend chat. If you have a group chat with like a bunch of your girlfriends, you're going to ask people personally, hey, I'm doing a 5-day free ab challenge with a bunch of my body partners. It's going to be 5 days. There's going to be an ab circuit every single day to do and a quick check-in. There's going to be some health and fitness tips thrown in there, but it's just going to help everybody stay really accountable as we head into the summer season, because who doesn't want to like have a better core for the summer? So that's what you're going to send people. It doesn't have to be complicated. It does not have to be fancy. But I want that to be the main priority of how you promote this group. The second thing is you can post on your stories. You can create a poll. I'm going to put Stacy on blast here for a second, because I was just peeking on her Instagram, and she literally took a picture of this. Hold on, going back. This. And she put a little slider bar next to it, and she says, free ab challenge, who wants to join? Like, that's it. That's as simple as it needs to be, you guys. Like, just something where people can engage with you. So get something that creates engagement with people following you. Create a call to action post. We're going to provide some content for you guys after this call to help promote this group, like Canva stories, as well as some graphics that you could just throw up on your social media, create a quick post and say, who wants to do this ab challenge? Drop a heart below and I'll add you. I've actually created a Google form for this that just kind of forces people to engage with me back a little bit more before I add them to the group. And this is more so for me, for my long game. I want to know what their health and fitness goals are. So when I go to like jab, right, hook them with my invite, I know that they're struggling with their nutrition or that they don't have enough time. So I can cater my invite to whatever they said their specific struggles or goals are. And I'm happy to share that Google form with you guys. It's literally like 5 questions. And I also ask them if they're currently a BODi customer, because a lot of people will come out of the woodworks and want to do these free groups. And they're like, well, I'm already a BODi customer through X so-and-so. So I just kind of want to know where I'm starting with someone before I'm going to invite them to become my customer and join my groups after our free group. I'm going to encourage everyone who says, yeah, I want to join your app group. I'm going to say, who's your friend you're bringing with you? Because it's always better with accountability. You're 3 times more likely to succeed if you have someone doing it with you. So that's another way I'm going to use promotion to help drive people into this group. Next is engagement. So I'm speaking in terms of engagement in the group. So now, before we've invited, we've promoted, we've done the things, we got the people in the group. Now our group's starting. In this group, our goal is for it to be super lively and action-packed and fun and engaging. So I want to encourage any coach who's ever in a free group, to be the best challenger in that group. I don't care if it's a water challenge or an ab challenge or a Bible verse challenge. Be the person that shows up the most and create that excitement and that accountability. I was just talking on our coach webinar, and I was talking about the thing I fell in love with most about coaching was the community. So get that hype going and make it exciting for the people, even if it's just a free group. Hold your participants accountable. Tell them you're going to check in on them the Sunday before the call or Sunday before the group. Say, hey, our group starts tomorrow. Make sure you're in there. Make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you're engaging. And then be engaged in the group yourself. Like I said, be the biggest hype girl. Complete the circuit every day. If you're hosting a group where you're hosting an ab circuit and you're not doing it, you're not walking the walk. So why would you expect anyone else in the group to not do it if you're not doing the check-ins too? So you have to lead from the front. I realize my numbers are all whacked out on this slide, but whatever. I can't be Michelle, okay? And then again, ask your participants what their goals are. This is going to come in handy when you go to convert them from that free challenger to that paying customer. You want to know their pain points, so you can cater your invite so it becomes a transactional, not a transformational sale, rather than a transactional sale. So you can tell them, hey, I know you said you struggle a lot with energy. You know, in our groups, when you sign up, you get my, my magic go-go juice Energize that keeps me going through my busy night shifts to get my workouts done in between my shifts. So maybe that's something that could really benefit you. So get to know their pain points, take notes. Don't just plug and play. Don't just plug your people into this free group hoping like, well, hope they show up, hope they like it. No, if you're not seeing them show up, you're going to message them. I know it's just a free group and maybe they're not going to show up, but the people who feel that engagement from you, they're going to realize what it means to have a coach or a partner holding them accountable. Next is the follow-up and the invite. The fortune is in the follow-up. So on day 5 of that group, or day 7, depending on what group you're hosting, message each person that you added to the group and see how they liked it, see what they loved, see how they're feeling, really attach a feeling to it. Because again, this is going to come in handy when you go to invite them into the next step, which is joining your BOD group. So for me, I have a new BOD group that's open to the entire team starting the first Monday of every month. So I'm going to ask them how they liked it. I now know their goals because I did the work and I found out, you know, what their struggles are and what they want to get out of their health and fitness over the summer. And then I'm going to, in my invite, craft it to what their needs are and what they're looking for, and tell them why they need a total solution, because I'm going to point out how each thing you get in a total solution pack targets whatever problem they're telling me they have. This is a video, I put this Vimeo link up. This is actually the link for what is a BOD group, basically. It's the health esteem routine. It's a new video from Body. You can find it in the back office. I also think I have it pinned on the Team Fired Up banner in the comment section. I believe it's in there. But it's a really great tool to send people when they're like, okay, well, what's a group? What do I get? It's just perfect. You don't have to over explain and type out this whole long thing for them. Just send them that video. And it says everything that needs to be said and tells them everything they need to know about what they get when they sign up. And of course, make sure you highlight the value for another, like if I haven't said this enough, remind them of their goals, and give specific examples as to why body groups can help them solve their health and fitness goals. And then again, if they had invited a friend, this is now where you're going to encourage them, if they do decide to join your group, to also bring that friend with them. So again, that's another referral for another sale that you can generate through a free group. Okay, so like I said, we have the 5-day ab challenge starting May 22nd. That's next Monday. This is open for our entire team. We wanted to create the hypiest of hype groups where we have, that's a word, where we just have tons of people in there. There's going to be 2 posts a day. There's going to be the circuit that's going to get posted in the morning, and it's just a post. It's not a video. It's very simple moves that most people probably know what to do. And the second one is a check-in. So when you're inviting people, you can tell them, hey, we're hosting this free ab challenge. It starts next Monday. We're just going to, it just requires you to check in, one time, really. They don't even need to check in twice. If they do the circuit and then do the check-in, they're done. And there's going to be a prize at the end. There's going to be a grand prize. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't decided. So if you guys want to throw out any ideas, we could do gift cards or something, but just let them know if you show up all 5 days, you get put in a drawing for some prizes. So again, you can start inviting now. After the team call, it might already be up because I schedule it. No, not quite. On the team page, there's going to be a link to this group. So you're going to add yourself, and then you can use that link to send to your participants as well, and they can add themselves. And then I just have to approve it on the admin side. But again, use those personal invites, ask participants to bring a friend. You could send an email to all your customers if that's something you do. If that's not something you already do, don't worry about it. But again, create stories and polls in your social media platforms that can help people get engaged and want to join the group. I said this already, but add yourself to the group, add your participants, and remind them to be in the group no later than Sunday, and send them a reminder on Sunday that says, hey, our group starts tomorrow. So you're already starting that engagement piece that I talked about in my previous slide. And then again, comment, like, and engage on all posts, and especially the posts of the people that you invited. I don't care if you're commenting on anything I say or anything Stacy says, but if you have Susie in the group who is showing up every day, make sure, if it's all you do, comment on Susie's post. So you are responsible for the person that you brought to the group. And then of course, on day 5, follow up and invite them to your next BOD group with a total solution pack. Bam, I think that's it. I think free groups are something that's really, like I said, are really coming back and really just going to start helping us leverage our business more. I think for a while, I did them almost monthly for years. I did at least a free group a month for a long time. And then I think with the transition to BOD groups and the platform changing, and then people kind of getting away from Facebook, they just kind of fizzled out. But I really do think that they're back and they're really going to serve our business well again. So I wanted to kind of go over the who, hows, what's and whys of why we do them and how we can create sales from them, because that's the whole point. We want to give some free value, but it's to generate sales in our business to help our income. Any questions from anybody? I know you guys are pros anyway. Nothing. Rock stars. All right, well, I love you girls. And oh, Steph, you got something? Hit
I
it.
was just gonna say, it's because you did such a good job explaining it. I mean, it's perfect. Really, thank you.
Yo, you bet, you bet. And
I was just gonna comment, just make a comment, not really a question, but just like, I think the key to, like, for me personally to get engaged in my free group is that it's something I am excited about. Like, don't do something that Kinsey is doing if it's not exciting to you. Like, I'm gonna align the chakras, like, let's do the thing, you know, but that might not be for Stephanie, or, you know, so just, I think with a free group, like, have fun with it. We are constantly talking about body, and that's like our program, but this is like, I think a fun chance. Like Michelle was saying, let your personality shine.
if it's so true, if you ever see me hosting a 5-day reading challenge, I've been abducted by aliens. So I gave up reading for Lent.
Yoga, a 5-day yoga challenge.
Yeah,
That's
yoga.
for sure.
But if you are going to host a free group, I do want to encourage you guys to post it on the team page if you want to invite others to do it with you, because, you know, maybe some people in my audience would want to do a yoga challenge. So I could stick them in there and still support them, even if it's not my jam, because obviously Body has so much to offer, so many different kinds of people. So that would be great if you guys, I know Karen, I just saw you're rocking a water challenge, I think soon. So awesome. So if you want to include others or want to, you know, invite others to join you too, that's awesome. So I love it. I'm ready to bring some free groups back. Maybe we could start a message thread of like a whole bunch of different ideas on free groups too. That would be fun. So I think summertime is a really great, I've done ones in the past that are like summer survival, where it's like snacks to pack. Or Stacy brought up the other day, because we're both baseball moms, like dinners you can make baseball the nights you have baseball or sports for moms who have kids in sports, because it's just crazy late nights and you got to have things on the go and you don't always want to get fast food. So again, sky's the limit. Just think about your life and what serves you. So I hope you all have a fabulous evening. And again, all that stuff will be posted on the team page that I talked about. So just keep an eye out for that stuff. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.